They say Playboy Cardi died once, that night under a full moon. He disappeared. And when he came back, he wasn't the same. The voice was different, darker. The music, it wasn't rap anymore. It was something else, something unholy. He was no longer dropping songs. It was more like dropping spells. The ad-libs, they were like whispers from a different world. His fans, no longer fans, now followers. They painted their nails black, upside down crosses, screaming the lyrics like literal scripture. They say Cardi sold his soul. And the truth is maybe he did. See, the world never respects the first person to walk through the gate, but Cardi? Nah, Cardi kicked that bitch open and made the world come to him. They called him a joke, now they copy him. They mocked him, now they dressed like him. They feared him, but now they worship him. So the real question here for you, are you sitting there waiting to be accepted? Or are you willing to burn it all down and start your own cult? I want to first talk to you about conformity and reinvention. We exist in a society today. You look around. This is proven fact. Most men and women are living quiet lives of desperation. Now, why is this? The reality is we are forced to conform, to exist in a very specific world. This world is also the source of incredible unhappiness. Depression, suicide, all indicators of unhappiness are swelling while we have more and more excess, abundance, money, whatever you want to call it. The world is getting better and yet people are falling apart. Enter someone like Cardi, polarizing, no doubt, but unapologetically being who the fuck he wants to be, unapologetically swagging it the fuck out, unapologetically committed to what he's doing, committed to his craft, committed to being fucking real. You see, in today's world, that invites criticism. In today's world, that invites people attacking you. It also just so happens to be the key to fulfillment. Now, hear me out. Cardi wasn't always the vamp, though. Perhaps the most impactful piece of advice I'll ever give you is that this is a marathon and not a sprint. When you zoom out, literally anything becomes possible. But when you're hyper fixated on where you're at now or the past, it's a recipe for being discontent. I firmly believe you should be distant from the past, disconnected, very real about where you're at today, and absolutely fucking delusional about the future. When Cardi started in 2015, he wasn't saying, hey, I'm gonna pop out at Rolling Loud tomorrow and absolutely shut this bitch down. He wasn't saying, I'm gonna be out there with screamo guitar players just popping shit. No, he said, this is where I'm at today. What is my path forward to get to that end goal? 2015, Broke Boy comes out. He's another SoundCloud rapper. People like it, people are feeling it, but there's a lot of similar sounds. He's still not breaking through in a huge way. 2018, the figure starts to really take shape. Die Lit. You start to feel the essence of like just really savagely not giving a fuck. Stories start to percolate at the time as well. I remember one of the first Cardi stories I ever heard was Iggy Azalea's giving birth to his child and Cardi wasn't there because he's playing 2K. Absolutely not giving a fuck. This image starts to curate and craft a cult. I'll talk to you about cult dynamics later and what makes them so effective. But Cardi starts to master this practice. And then in 2020, he full sends Fuck It. Christmas Day, A Whole Lot of Red, a demonic album on a sacred spiritual day. He doesn't give a fuck. And not giving a fuck is the key to standing out in today's noisy, sloppy world. And it doesn't matter what it really is. People aren't demonic for loving it. No, the truth is people are drawn to these characters, to these ones brave enough to stand up for their own truth, for those brave enough to disrupt and really disrespect society. Society's wrong, not you. At this point, he's becoming cult-esque worshipped. But let's take it to another level. After A Whole Lot of Red, we move on to I Am Music. Now, some say it's because Joe Biden was in office that he didn't want to drop it. He was waiting for, Cardi albums come out under Trump. In all seriousness, he starts this multiple year campaign, hyping, teasing, getting fans literally losing their mind to hear this shit. And throughout the entire process, he double, triple, quadruples down on him, this character that he's becoming. He goes on Aiden Ross's stream, shows up super late, disrespects the fuck out of Aiden, takes his $2 million and lets everybody talk about it. Cardi doesn't talk about it. Aiden wants to call it corny, whatever. Leading up to the next release, he's fucking with Kai Cenat. He's calling, the different streamers. And he's still saying, look, Aiden, you might be one of the most popular streamers in the world. I'm not really fucking with you. Again, that takes balls. He says that ain't my type of N-word. And what people don't understand is the risk, the increasing levels of risk as your star continues to rise. Cardi is now pushing the sounds of music. Not only is he saying I'm music, he's making an incredibly bold claim. But on top of that, he is taking this entirely new genre and putting it forward unapologetically. Again, making it edgy, making it aggressive, being in tune with the audience, being in tune with the world, being in tune with his followers, and creating something special. But more importantly, having the confidence to put it out there, to having the confidence to full send it, to have the confidence to not give a fuck in the marketing rollout. There's a cycle here to be observed. First, there's confusion. What is this? This isn't what we expected. Then doubt. Did Cardi fall off? Is he losing his touch? Then obsession. Wait a second. Maybe this is genius. And then influence. Everyone starts copying it. Much like Future before him, this is a pioneer, realizing that this entire world is created and shaped by people no different than us. Cardi comes from fucking nothing. Southside Atlanta. No excuses. He's gonna dent the world. He's gonna dent the culture. People are gonna dress like him. He's gonna fucking put on. See, Cardi's not making rap, he's making religion. But who else has reinvented themselves time and time again? Who else has doubled down? Look at Virgil. Success, Off-White. Let's go to Louis Vuitton. Look at Elon Musk. Sells X.com. 200 million. Let me double down with Tesla, SpaceX. Let me continue to full send it. Let me continue to push the boundaries. Let me continue to fill a life uncomfortable. Because discomfort is where growth comes from. Pain, risk, those are the catalysts for growth. I need you to deeply, deeply appreciate the 3 stages of greatness. And I want you to embody this because most people don't get past the first. There is fear, there is mockery, and then there is worship. And you are fully capable of doing whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't care if you like Playboi Carti music. That is not the point. The point is to understand that this entire world is created by people no different than you and I. You have the power to do quite literally whatever you want to do in this world. Me, Rob the Bank, will continue to stand as a symbol for that. Tap in with me on Instagram. Tap in with me here. I will give you the tactics. I will give you the motivation. I will give you the mindset. I am doing it every single day. I'm living it, breathing it, sharing it transparently. If you are a fan of Rob the Bank, you are a fan of yourself. Tap in, stay locked in for more.